Daily Broadside to 851. It's Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. I have the second best mother on planet Earth. She was a great mom, and I lucked out, and I got a lottery pick mom for sure. But as good as she is, she's just slightly behind the mother of my children, who's just the best that there ever could be. Just every year I have to weigh the two, and she's still in second place, but she's still a great mom. And tell you the kind of mom she is. She keeps a loaded Kimber Custom to 1911 in her nightstand. Put that in your pipe to smoke it, you know. Elon University, which is not far from where I grew up, they changed their whole thing back 30 years ago. They used to be the Fighting Christians, and now they're the Phoenix. And one of the things they do is they got the old acorn there from an oak tree. Oak acorn? Sounds right. I don't know. But acorn is like their little symbol and whatnot. And when you get there, my understanding is when you start there, they give you an acorn. And then when you graduate, they give you a little oak tree. Pretty sure it's an oak. Oak and acorn. That's got to be right? Anyway, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life, okay? I get it. You have your little, acorn be your symbol. That's fine. All the alumni can get acorn tattoos or whatever to pledge their solidarity to the university. But this is me as a freshman, an incoming freshman. Oh, welcome to Elon University, the premier private university on the East Coast. Here's your acorn. And they present it with me. Where's my dorm? I mean, that's how dumb that is. What? How many of those people lose that acorn? And what happens to an acorn when you just don't plant it? I mean, where are you supposed to put it, And then I think they have a thing where, when you plant the tree you graduate with, a little baby tree, you plant it and then you plot the coordinates. I'd put it at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. Just put in some coordinates for where the hell is. I just find that whole thing dumb. And let me change gears to something a little more serious and solemn. I can't stand it when, it's just so sad when bad things happen to good people. And from everything I can tell, Brad Arnold, the lead singer of Three Doors Down, who has stage 4 renal cancer, I hate that man. Good band. They write great songs. He's got a really good voice. Seems like a really stand-up, salt of the earth kind of guy who didn't let stardom go to his head and all that. Just a cool, down to earth. And I hate it when, especially as young as he is, he's got to be younger than me, I would imagine, at least my age. He's got to be in his 40s, right? And that's just too young to have something that seemingly is pretty insurmountable. I mean, stage 4 kidney cancer that's metastasized, if I'm saying that right, metastasized, a weird word, into his lungs, I think. That's just not good. But I like his attitude. I like his output, or outlook, I should say, on life. I like his output on life too. I mean, he's put out some good stuff. But at any rate, I hate that that's happened, because he seems like a pretty nice guy, and doesn't seem like there's a lot of statistical chance that he can overcome it. I mean, crazier things have happened, but still, it is what it is. And I hired a new guy the other day. I think it was Thursday, and one of my employees came to me. He's like, "Hey," he's like, "I got a buddy from back home. They're like West Virginia, like mountain men. They're interesting characters. They're interesting characters. And the stories that people from West Virginia, in the hollers of West Virginia, in the hills, the stories those people, they've all got murder, espionage, intrigue. It's the craziest stuff the Wonderful World of Whites. That's the kind of stuff that I hire, right?" They're interesting characters, but they're hardworking. They're honest. They're trustworthy. You can rely on them. They'll be there. They'll do a good job. They'll stop working when we're done, and they'll start when we get there. Kind of thing. But he comes to me. He's like, "Hey, I got a buddy who's been down here a few months, and he needs some work." I was like, "All right." I said, "Well, bring him on, Thursday night, and we'll see how he does." He did great. I mean, he just went to work. Pretty skilled dude, right? And so, but he pulls me aside, the guy that works for me. He pulls me aside and he's like, "Now listen, he ain't gonna run, and he ain't gonna jump off anything high." And I was like, "Well, I'm not running the X Games. When have I ever asked you to run anywhere or jump off any?" I thought that was the most arbitrary request. I'm like, I'm not asking anybody to run. I mean, this isn't a baton relay, And there's nothing I need him to jump off of. He's like, well, he's got a bad ankle. He's got some pins in his ankle, so he ain't gonna be jumping off nothing high. And I'm like, all right, I'll take that under advisement, you know. But yeah, his name's Humpy. So Humpy, that's what he's been called since. I said, would you fall off a wall when you were little? Is that why you don't like jumping off of high stuff? As he told me. You know, he's like, yeah, that's what they've called me ever since I was a little boy and all this. I'm like, all right. So originally I thought he had told me his name was Lumpy. So I called him Lumpy a couple times. I'm like, it's Humpy, not Lumpy. But so yeah, I'm assembling the Avengers with my staff. You know, it's a very eclectic crew, but we have a lot of fun and things get done, and they get done pretty well. So that's kind of cool. But the adventures of Humpy have already started. He's worked with me the last 3 or 4 days, 3 days, I guess, and every day but today since Thursday, and he's done really well. And I haven't asked him to run anywhere or jump off anything high yet. It's coming. It might be coming, but at any rate, it hasn't happened yet. So, happy Mother's Day to all those that it applies to. Anybody that doesn't have their mom, you know, hopefully the memories of her are enough to tide you over for the day. And if you do have your mom, give her a call. She'd probably want to hear from you. At any rate, y'all have a good one and a giddy.